In this video, I'm going to be ranking the best Season 6 cards to drop in NBA 2K25 My Team. As you guys can see, we have a tier list here ranking from S that does go all the way down to F tier. And guys, I like to do these tier lists at the end of every season, going over what were the best cards to drop during that season. So for example, these are going to be all of the best cards to drop in Season 6. Not all the cards that drop in Season 6, but these are going to be the best in my opinion. We have about 110 cards to rank. So we have a lot of cards to go through, but all these cards are from Season 6 and the best cards that I do think dropped in Season number 6. But let me know in the comment section down below, what have you guys thought about Season 6, as a whole, and what cards have you guys really enjoyed from Season number 6. But the first card on the tier list is going to be 100 overall Tim Duncan. We got his free version, and we also do have his Pro Pass card as well. Now, I think for the free version, he's going to be A tier, but I think for the Pro Pass version, he's going to be in the S tier category. Both of these Tim Duncan cards are really good, and I think the Pro Pass level 40 Tim Duncan might be the best level 40 we've had all year. Now, I didn't play this game until late season 4, early season 5, so I didn't, see the early on level 40s and stuff, but this card, I mean, he's the third best power forward in this game, debatably number 2, and he's been out for a whole season and is still a top 3 card at his position. So to me, that is really good. Maybe not top, he's probably top 3 after Wemby and Will Chamberlain. He's probably the next best power forward in this game that most people are going to run at the power forward position. So I think it's a really good level 40 card, at least his Pro Pass version. Now his standard normal one is still a good card, that you get for free by hitting level 40. It's still for sure a good card. It's just not like an insane overpowered card, but he still is very good at the power forward position. Now 100 overall T-Mac, he's easily going to be in the S tier category. He was in one of the first sets of this year, which was the fan favorite set. 6'8" shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan, really good jump shot on this card, great dribble sigs, good fade. I mean, T-Mac is easily going to be in that S tier category, just like Invincible LeBron. I mean, I don't think there's a debate there whatsoever. He might be the best card to drop in the entirety of season number 6. I'd probably say him, Wemby, and Jokic are the top 3 cards, but we'll get to Wemby and Jokic here in a second. Yeah, LeBron, easily one of the best cards to drop in season 6, easily going to be in the S tier category. Now, Dark Matter Danny Granger, I feel like is a solid card. I kind of want to put him in like C tier. I feel like he's a good card, but isn't like anything overpowered. I would say Dominique Wilkins is B tier. He's probably a step above Danny Granger for sure. He's a 6'8" point guard, really good slashing card. Is he as good as like a Tim Duncan? In my opinion, no. So I feel like Dominique Wilkins in B tier is a fair ranking for me. Now, Dark Matter Josh Giddey, I do feel like is A tier. I think Josh Giddey's a better point guard than Dominique Wilkins. He's obviously one of the Glitch Festival cards that you guys can earn for 8 Dark Matter pieces right now. So we have like obviously the Glitch Festival cards. We have the Signature Series Festival cards on this list, of course, because they did drop in season 6. So yeah, Josh Giddey, I would say is A tier in my opinion. Dark Matter Dennis Rodman, he feels like C tier to me. Not a great small forward card compared to like the best small forwards to drop this season, but I think he's a solid small forward card. I'm just not a huge fan of his jump shot. Dark Matter Jeremy Lin, I think he's D tier. I think there's worse cards to have dropped that are on this list for sure. Holy voice cracks, man. But dude, my voice is absolutely cooked. But yeah, I think Jeremy Lin is probably D tier. I don't think he's like one of the worst cards on this list, but he's definitely not in the C tier category. 100 overall Ben Simmons, I mean, dude, oh my god, man, dude, I hate being sick, bro. 100 overall Ben Simmons, I think is of course going to be in the S tier category. He's one of the best point guards in this game. We've got a lot of good point guards this season, obviously without a position, getting that LeBron, but even the week before. Yeah, guys, Ben Simmons is easily going to be in the S tier category. He's a 6'10" point guard, one of the best defensive cards in this entire game. Now, next card is another 6'10" point guard in Dark Matter Reese Shea. I think he's for sure going to be in the A tier category. I don't think he's S. I don't think he's Ben Simmons level. I don't think he's LeBron level, but he is definitely very good at the point guard position. I do think he's going to be A tier. 100 overall Yao Ming, I mean, very obviously is going to be in the S tier category. One of the best cards to drop in season 6, an absolute cheese ball at the center position. Speaking of a cheese ball, 6'11" point guard in Invincible Nikola Jokic, again, is another card that is easily going in the S tier category alongside LeBron at the point guard position. I think those are the 2 best point guards in this game, especially to drop in season 6. We also got 100 overall Scottie Pippen. I think he's got to be, I would say, like lower S tier category. I do think there's way better point guards in this game like Ben Simmons, Jokic, LeBron, but I would say he's still deserving of the S tier category. Just going to be in that lower S tier. Talking about Dark Matter Andrew Wiggins, I would say he's probably C tier. in my opinion. Like, I think he's a solid dark matter card, a solid shooting guard from the Signature Series Festival, but I think C tier is a fair ranking for Andrew Wiggins. Now, Invincible Kevin Durant, we're getting those Invincible cards out of the way. I mean, 6'10" shooting guard, he's an Invincible who's got the best SIGs in this game with a really good jump shot. Obviously, he's going to be in the S tier category. Dark Matter's Zach LaVine, I think is a good point guard, but realistically for me, he's going to be in C tier. Not a great defender, and I think his jump shot could be a lot better. Galaxy Manute Bol, I mean, he just has no speed. I don't think you can run a card that has, what does he have, like 50 speed or 60 speed? No, I think he's at, hold on, how much speed does he have? I think it's like 55, right? 57 speed, 57 agility. I mean, I don't know. I just don't feel like you can run a card that is that slow at this point in my team. Pink Diamond Eddie Curry, I would say he's a decent card. I would say he's probably going to be in like C tier in my personal opinion. 100 overall Clay, he seems like a tier card. I don't think he's as good as the cards in S tier, but he's a very good card to drop in season 6. I do think he's going to be an A. Amor Caspi is a good card. Call me crazy, I think Amor Caspi is B tier. I seriously do. Amor Caspi is really good. Maybe go like high C. Dude, oh my god, anyways, Amor Caspi, yeah, I would say it's probably C tier in my opinion, like very high C. Dark Matter Carmelo, I feel like he probably goes in the B tier category. I think he's better than Amor Caspi just as an overall complete card. So I do think Dark Matter Carmelo is going to be in B tier. Nick Young, I would say is probably also B. I would put him higher if he had some more defense, but this card has literally no defense, but does have a very good jump shot and is a great offensive card. Invincible Jimmy Butler, I mean, he's an invincible card. He's obviously going in the S tier category. I don't think he's as good as Jokic, as good as LeBron, but he's still very, very good with the best triple SIGs in this game and a very good jump shot. Fabulous Evolosha feels to me like an Amor Caspi level card, you know, at the shooting guard position. He's a really good two-way card, great defensive card on the perimeter, and does have a solid jump shot. Now, Pink Diamond Jabari Smith Jr., I kind of want to put this card in A because I seriously think he is so good at the shooting guard position. He's 6'11" at the 2 with a 7'3" wingspan. He has a great jump shot, Kawhi behind the back, KD escape. I mean, this card is seriously overpowered as a card that dropped in season number 6. Next card on the list, guys, is going to be 100 overall Larry Bird, and just like Scottie Pippen, easily going to be in the S tier category. I do think probably maybe on the lower end of S tier. I don't think he's as good as Tracy McGrady, Kevin Durant at the shooting guard position, but I think he deserves to be in the S tier category. I just wish he had a better dribble style because everything else about this Larry Bird card is genuinely perfect. So I do think Larry Bird is easily going to be in the S tier category. Now 100 overall Chris Bosh, to me he's probably in like A tier as well, on the same ranking as a Klay Thompson. I think he's a good power forward, but I don't think he's anything too special compared to the best power forwards in this game. Anthony Edwards, I feel like he's probably D tier. I know people are going to call me crazy for, you know, putting him below some of these cards in C, but I just do not like this card's jump shot whatsoever. I mean, maybe you could go like C tier for Anthony Edwards. I guess we could go C. We'll go C tier for Ants just because he's a 100 overall card, and people are going to call me crazy if I put him any lower than that. 100 overall Dirk Nowitzki. Am I crazy to put him in S? I think that Dirk card is so good at that power forward position. I think he's much better than Chris Bosh. I think he's much better than the free version of Tim Duncan. So I do think Dirk's going to be in the S tier category. Draymond Green, I think is actually overhated. I think he's a very solid point guard. Yes, his jump shot isn't amazing, but it's not as bad as people are saying. So I do think Draymond's going to be in the B tier category. 100 overall Shea. He's a card that has to, of course, be in the S tier category. One of the best point guards in this game. There's been so many good point guards to drop, so he's definitely not the best PG anymore. But Shea is still very, very good at the point guard position. Oscar is solid. I would say Oscar is probably like somewhere in that A tier category. Definitely on like the higher end of A at the point guard position. Derek White is good. I think Derek White is actually B tier. I think he's a very underrated point guard. Yes, he's short, but he does have a really good jump shot. I think he's better than Anthony Edwards because of his release. 100 overall Paulo Banchero, I think you have to put an S. I mean, he is seriously so good at the small forward position. I think Invincible Dr. J, of course, has to be in the S tier category. I mean, he's another invincible card. His jump shot is amazing. His triple SIGs are the best. And Paulo Banchero is one of the most complete all-around small forwards in this game. Dark Matter Bam, I think pretty much goes on the same tier as Andrew Wiggins. I do think they're very similar from the Signature Series Festival. I think they're both very good Dark Matter cards in this game. Pau Gasol, I would say, is probably D tier. He does have decent height at the power forward position, but not a great jump shot in my personal opinion. Dark Matter Stephon Castle, really good point guard option. I think he's easily A tier He's a great defender. He has a good jump shot, solid dribble sigs. On Stephon Castle, I do think A tier is a fair ranking for him. Dark Matter Amen Thompson, I think he's very high A tier. I don't think you can put this card in S, but I do think he's very close to being in the S tier category because he is a very, very good shooting guard. But I think Amen Thompson definitely in that like upper echelon A tier. Talking about 100 overall, Chet, this is where people I might disagree, but I might go like a high A tier. I'll go low S. I'll go low S tier for Chet. It's kind of hard with these invincible cards because Chet's just not on the same ranking as LeBron or Yao or Jokic. But it's like, I feel like I can't put him in A tier unless I just like drop every card down. But we're going to go Chet in S tier. Again, it feels weird like I'm putting Invincible Wemby in the same tier as Chet, right? Like I should have made like an Invincible tier, to be honest, because those cards are just a, you know, stepping above every other card in this game. But Wemby is of course going to be in the S tier category. Dark Matter Grant Hill, I'm not a huge fan of this card whatsoever. I think realistically he's going to be in D tier. Dark Matter Marc Gasol, a great power forward option. I do think he's definitely an A. He's got a great jump shot and is an amazing defender. Dark Matter Luka Doncic, he's a good card. He's for sure A. He's definitely better than Dominique Wilkins, Draymond, and Derek White, in my personal opinion, at the point guard position. Luol Deng, also A tier. I think he's a great defensive small forward with a good jump shot and very solid dribble sigs. This Diamond Alexis card is actually great. I mean, he's 7'2" at small forward. I think the highest I could go for a Diamond card though is B. He's just not on the same level as like a Luol Deng at small forward, you know, for example, but I do think he's very good as a diamond. He's 7'2" with an elite level jump shot. Gally Sopo Drew Holiday feels like also another B tier card to me. Very similar card to Derek White in my opinion. Dark Matter LaMarcus Aldridge, he's definitely A tier. I mean, he's 6'11" at the shooting guard position with a good jump shot. He's very similar to Jabari Smith Jr. Dark Matter Triple J, I would say is like low A. He's still a great power forward option, has a good jump shot, and is a very good defensive card. Gally Simple James Jones, he feels like B tier to me. He's a good shooting guard, but I don't think he's anything too spectacular. Antoine Jameson, I feel like is also in the B tier category. Dark Matter Bilal Coulibaly, I feel like is also in that B tier category. Clyde Drexler, I think you have to go probably like somewhere in A. He's still a 100 overall card. His jump shot's not great, but his dribble sigs are good. He's got Pro 2 fade, I believe, right? Let me just quickly check. I believe he does have Pro 2 fade, because I think they give like most of these 100 overall cards Pro 2. Yeah, and his sigs are really good. Garland dribble style, Trey escape. Jump shot, not a huge fan of, but he's still a very good card at the shooting guard position. Dark Matter Michael Beasley and also Will Chamberlain I saw there as well. Both of those cards are going to be an S. I mean, Beasley's still a top 5 small forward in this game. I would say debatably top 3. 100 overall Wilt is the top 3 power forward in this game. Absolute beast at the power forward position. He's got an 8-foot wingspan and is probably the best defensive card in this entire game. And then you got Dark Matter Beasley, who's just an offensive just weapon. I mean, he is so good with that jump shot and his new dribble sigs. Dark Matter Jason Kidd, he feels like somewhere in A to me. I know he's undersized at point guard for how tall of point guards we have, but he's still got a really good jump shot and very solid dribble sigs. JaVale McGee is decent. I would say JaVale McGee is going to be in B tier. I would say Trevor Booker is also going to be in that B tier category. Dikembe is S, man. Dikembe is so good. Like, he's better than Chad. He's better than Dirk, you know, at the power forward center position. He's got an amazing jump shot. His defense is top tier. His player model is really good. He's definitely going in the S tier category. Talking about 100 overall Tatum, I think he's on the same ranking as Anthony Edwards. Both of those cards just aren't great in my personal opinion. Dark Matter Sar, I think you have to go A tier. A really good power forward defensively. He can play center as well because he's 7'1" and does have a good jump shot. I think Dark Matter Bol Bol on this type of list is probably in like that lower A tier category. You guys know how I feel about Bol Bol. I'm not huge on this card, but I still do think he's very good at the power forward position. Dark Matter Jaw, one of the worst cards to drop in this season. I do think he's going to be an F tier. Galaxy Opal Jaden McDaniels, a great free Galaxy Opal card. I think he's going to be in B tier. Pink Diamond Donovan Clingan, call me crazy, I think this card is A. I mean, he is so good for a pink diamond. His jump shot is amazing. He's 7'2", can play center power forward. He's got a 7'7" wingspan. He's an elite rebounder. I do think he's going to be in somewhere in like that lower A tier category. Galaxy Opal Ty Jerome feels like lower B tier. He's got really good dribble sigs. Dark Matter Alex English, I think, is probably D tier. Anthony Davis, the 100 overall card, is probably low A. He's still a 100 overall card, but his jump shot isn't great, and he's only 6'10" at power forward. Dark Matter AK-47, he's also in that A tier category. I do think he's a really good defensive small forward with a good jump shot. I would say Bargnani is like high B tier. He feels like a high B tier card from season 6 in my opinion. 100 overall James Worthy, sort of like Clyde Drexler, not worth their price. Overrated cards, like overpriced cards, but they're still decent. They're going to be in the A tier category. Chris Paul, one of the worst cards to drop in season 6. Hassan Whiteside is decent. I would say Hassan Whiteside's going to be in C tier. Patrick Ewing, he's probably D. I mean, his jump shot is horrible. I know he's 100 overall card, so he's got those stats and those badges, but man, that jump shot is really bad. Andre Drummond doesn't have a great jump shot either, so I feel like realistically, you probably got to go like low B tier for this card. His jump shot is somewhat usable, and he's a really good defender, really good rebounder, but I do think he's going to be in B tier, probably on the lower end. I would say George Gerving is also B tier. I would say Tari Eason is also B tier. I would say Gordon Hayward is also B tier. I would say Aaron Gordon is definitely F. One of the worst cards to drop in season number 8, or season number 6, I should say. Dark Matter, Kevin Love, only 6'8" at power forward, very undersized card. So I think for that reason, even though he's got a good jump shot, he's gonna have to be in B tier. Rocco is really good. I do think he's probably on the same ranking as these two. No, he's probably a little bit better. I go Rocco in B tier. I do think he's a beast for a pink diamond. 100 overall Cade. I don't know, like, could you put this card in S? I don't think Cade's an S tier card. I think he's very high A tier in my personal opinion. Denny Avia, also very high A tier, or definitely like somewhere in the A tier category. He's an absolute beast at the point guard position. Roy Hibberts, I think, is good. I think he's B tier. His jump shot's not great. I think Miles Turner. Who did I just move up? Hold on. Who did I just move up? Oh no, Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing, get your ass down to D, bro. Patrick Ewing's trying to move up. But Galaxy Silva, Miles Turner, I would say somewhere in B tier. He's got a really good jump shot, and he does play extremely good defense at the power forward position. Tim Thomas is easily a 6'10" small forward, really good jump shot, very good dribble sigs as well. I would say Dame's going to be an F. 100 overall James Harden, he feels like an A tier card to me. I mean, maybe not the greatest card in this game, but he got the new dribble style, which is the Darius Garland dribble style, the best dribble style in this game, and I do like his jump shot. For what it is, I think he's a good card. John Wall, I cannot time this card's jump shot to save my life, so realistically, I'm going to have to go C tier. 100 overall Penny, easily A tier card. He's a great slashing card. Not a huge fan of his jump shot though. Dark Matter Moses Malone feels like B tier to me, somewhere in that B tier category alongside Miles Turner and Bargnani at the power forward position. Manu Ginobili is really good. I'm going to go low A tier for Manu. I do think he's actually very underrated at the point guard position. Dark Matter Terry Dishinger, only 6'7" at small forward, but I don't know if I could go any higher than B tier for Terry Dishinger, because we have cards like this. Galaxy Opal Andrew Bogut at point guard, who is 7 foot at the point guard position. I do think he's easily going to be an A tier. Talking about Dark Matter, Mark Eden, I think he of course is also in the A tier category. 7'4" at center, 7'8" wingspan, an absolute giant in game. Dark Matter Ben Wallace, even though he's undersized, his defense and his jump shot is amazing. He's got Patty Mills base, so he's got one of the best bases in this game, one of the fastest jump shots, and he's also got 99 every single defensive stat, every single Hall of Fame defensive badge. I do think Ben Wallace is going to be an A tier. Peja, I would say, is probably like high B to low A. I'll go high B tier for Peja. He is 6'10" at the shooting guard position. Tyler Hero, not a huge fan of this card. I'll probably go like, honestly, high D tier for Tyler Hero. Joe Johnson, not a huge fan of this card either. Gonna throw him in like maybe the low C tier category. Sengun is decent. I would say Sengun's gonna be in B tier. Paul Millsap, also a decent card. I think he's gonna be in B tier as well. J-Dub, same thing, decent card. I'll probably go like C tier for J-Dub. Invincible Giannis, I mean, he's an invincible card, one of the best cards in this game, the best small forward in this game. But yeah, he's an invincible card, so obviously he's going to be in that S tier category. And then last couple cards here, guys, we have Delano Banson. He's a good card. Even though he's a diamond, I do think he's going to be in B tier. Uzelis is really good. I think he's like probably higher B tier, kind of on that same ranking as Karl Malone. You know, Raj is also going to be in B tier alongside Miles Turner at the power forward position. They're very similar cards. And then I would say Dwight Howard is pretty much just a better version of Anthony Davis. So he's of course also going to be in the A tier alongside 100 overall AD. So in my opinion, guys, these are all of the best cards that drop in season 6, ranked from S all the way down to F tier. I'm going to, slowly scroll through the tier list so you guys can pause the video or just see where I do have every card ranked. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and you guys got to see, where do I think all of the best cards in season 6 will drop, where do I do think they rank. I would say every card from B tier and above are really, really good at their position. Even the C tier cards are good, like they're not bad cards. I would probably stay away from the D and the F tier cards. I just don't think they're good whatsoever in my opinion, but every other card on this list I do think is very good from season 6. But let me know what you guys think about this tier list down below. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.